evening, friends. Now, I think we can do better than that for Sue. Good evening, friends. Good evening and welcome to Littleport Christmas. Wow, I'm jumping ahead of myself there, aren't I? Welcome to Littleport Christian Spiritualists this wonderful Thursday evening. Thank you all for forging out in the fog and the cold and the drear that is the early autumn, late autumn, near winter weather that we can never seem to balance off in this place. But it's a pleasure to see you all, and thank you all for coming. And of course, a big hello to everyone who's watching live, because they've decided that they've had enough of the storylines on EastEnders, or are watching in the future because they decided that they did want the storylines at EastEnders. So welcome one and all, and thank you for coming. And of course, the best way to beginning any evening is to give a big Littleport welcome to our medium this evening, the lovely Sue Hind! So thank you for coming, and we're so glad to have you here. Now, Sue couldn't make it the last time she was booked because she was poorly, and she was really upset, but we've got you back. So you're here at last. Wonderful. So we're really, really glad to see you tonight, and thank you for being here with us. And of course, friends, we have our usual traditions that we have to follow, and one of them in particular is joining together for our opening prayer. So let's join together, friends. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under your banner of love and hope and friendship, to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we place a blessing on this place here tonight and all those here within it, we ask for love and light to shine across the world, for healing to be shared with all those in need, and that all the world can come together united in love and hope and friendship. And as we place, of course, this service in your care and keeping, we make the statement as ever that everything we do will be in love, truth, and light. Amen. Thank you, friends. Well, of course, at this point in the evening, I say a few words from my friends and helpers in the world of spirit of a philosophical nature, something to enthrall and uplift, something hopefully that's topical, something that's really with the moment. And of course, sometimes I have a rough idea of what it is that I'm going to be talking about. And others, I have absolutely no clue whatsoever. And that's really life, and it's certainly the spiritualist life, that's for sure. But the thing is, I never worry when I stand up here with nothing to say, because I know that my friends and helpers in the world of spirit are there ready to give me the support, the guidance, and quite frankly, the kick in the rear that I need every week. But that doesn't make me special, because we all have guides, we all have friends and helpers in the world of spirit. All those that we thought we'd lost, that we loved, they're not lost. They're watching, keeping an eye, jeering us on and pushing us on and keeping us moving forward, and giving us something to say when we need to say it. We can all tap into that. We all have the ability within us to stand up here week after week and do what we do week after week. As I said, it's not about being special. It's just having a little bit of faith in those that care for you. There is faith, and then there is blind faith. Now, blind faith is when you accept something as read based on what others tell you. But true faith is when you have in your heart a knowledge where you've had your own experiences. And I'm not saying that spiritualism is the only one who doesn't use blind faith. Every walk of life, every religion, every philosophy, every way of living based on the teachings of the Great Spirit, they all have their own experiences to strengthen faith. And faith doesn't have to be in some far and distant being that no one knows its face or name. We are, of course, the living spirit. We ourselves are the spirit world made manifest in this physical place we live. So we can have faith in each other, faith in the kindness of strangers, the faith in people doing the right thing. But this is where spiritualist philosophy and all other philosophies come in, because they try and help and teach us what that right thing is. But you know, I truly believe that everyone is inherently decent. I believe that everyone has the ability to be a good person within them, in their heart and their conscience and their soul. And so that moral compass doesn't have to come from words like this, or from words from Spirit. And don't get me wrong, there are some lovely words out there. If you've ever read Silver Birch, if you've ever read the words of Arthur Findlay, others, all of these words talk about being nobler, better. But I like to put it simply, just be nice. That's all it takes to see the kindness of others. That's all it takes to build a better world, to just look after each other and be decent. It's not magic, it's not special, it's just common decency. And this is the message that we get from the world of spirit, week in, week out, in this church, in all the churches, in all the centres, in all of the places where people come together in common cause to say that we must be nice to one another, to be good to one another, and to respect each other's feelings, views, and thoughts. And that is the point of philosophy, to give us that message of hope, of upliftment, of love. But in this world, that might not necessarily be enough. So I like to add another one: laughter. There is nothing worse than feeling down, to come to a place like this, and a man in a uniform stands before you and is miserable as sin and as grumpy as what's-its. I like to bring upliftment and laughter because joy is an energy. You know in your hearts when you've had a good day, you're laughing, you're cheering, you're singing. Although having said that, when I do the singing, most people do have a bad day, but that's another story for another time. But that laughter and that upliftment matters, and we make it ourselves. So there's only one rule. If you see a frown, turn it upside down. If you see a heart that's quiet, give it some volume. And if you see someone struggling, just be nice. Because really, my friends, that's the only rule that matters. That's the only thing that can change the world. By making people realize that they are nobler, stronger, and better than they are. By making people realize that they can make a difference to their own lives and the lives of each other. By being kind, generous, and yes, occasionally making an absolute tit out of yourself just for giggles. Because if people leave here with slightly less of a frown than when they walk in, I can go to bed eventually around about midnight quite happy. So friends, take the love and laughter that comes from our contact with the world of spirit and know that you can be the reason the world is better, because that's the message of spirit. And you can all get that message for yourselves, because as I said, nobody is more special or different than the other. We all have it within us, and it starts with kindness, love, and laughter. So thank you all for listening, and God bless you all. Now, my friends, is the time in our service when we see if Spirit were guiding me in the right direction to say what I had to say. And we have our reading, which comes all the way from up north, and Reverend Alan's by the coast, so I would imagine he's probably got a little bit more fog and a little bit more cold snaps than us. But normally, when we bring Reverend Alan on, I joke and say we have some magic words to say, but we're not going to use them tonight because the spell has changed. He's going to be really annoyed with me, but he's not on screen yet, so he can't talk over me. Because today our magic words start with the phrase, happy birthday to you, because it's Reverend Alan's birthday. So we are going to bring him up by singing him happy birthday. And so, rather than Reverend Alan, are you there? It's happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Reverend Alan. Happy birthday to you, and many more. Reverend Alan, are you there?
I certainly am. Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening, everybody at Littleport, everybody watching, everybody that will watch. Tonight's reading, well, will it tie in? I always have my doubts. We'll see. It's quite a short one. I prayed for change, so I changed my mind. I prayed for guidance and learned to trust myself. I prayed for happiness and realized I am not my ego. I prayed for peace and I learned to accept others unconditionally. I prayed for abundance and realized my doubt kept it out. I prayed for wealth and I realized it is my health. I prayed for a miracle and I realized I am the miracle. I prayed for a soulmate, and I realized I am the one. I prayed for love, and I realized it is always knocking, but I have to allow it in. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that pretty much tied in. Thank you, Reverend Alan, as always, for a wonderful reading. And yes, Spirit are on fire. They do certainly know when to tie in the talk. And I just think that that in itself is a form of mediumship, a way of proving that they are always listening and interfering in our lives. So, Reverend Alan, thank you so much. You're back with us in a couple of weeks for the Drum Healing Circle, are you not?
Correct.
So that'll be not this Sunday coming, but the one after.
The 20th, I think it is.
Oh, so it'll probably be the one after that. Hang on, let's have a quick nosy. Whilst I've got this in front of me...
This Sunday is the first Sunday.
Oh, yes, of course, I do apologise. So it's not next week, it is the week after. So so you get 3 Sundays to go, but it's a fortnight roughly when we will see you back in this hall in the flesh.
Absolutely, yes.
Excellent. Will you enjoy the rest of your birthday, Reverend Alan, and we will see you next week.
I will do. Thank you very much.
God bless and everyone, Reverend Alan. Well, friends, one of the things that I said is that we can all be mediums. And of course, when it comes to one of the most important parts of mediumship, we really can. And that's healing. Healing is where it all starts for so many people. And of course, it is one of the most simplest, most powerful, and most beautiful forms of mediumship. And so we will send out our thoughts to all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort. We will have some gentle music to listen to while we do that and end with the word Amen. But of course, as ever, we will start with our healing prayer, which goes just like this. Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, here we bring unto you all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort, be they sick in mind, body, or spirit, that it may please thee to heal them. This we ask for those we know, for those we do not know, and those who have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Amen. Amen. Thank you, friends. Well, in a couple of moments' time, I'm going to hand over this evening to the wonderful Sue Hind. But first, a couple of notices. Next week, our medium is Robert Carter. Did I get that right? Wow. I'm getting good at remembering things, ain't I? I remember stuff all the time now. It's quite exciting. So yes, next week our medium is Robert Carter. Of course, we have the Drum Healing Circle on the 20th of November. That's going to be in that front room there. I can remember things, but I can't speak properly. It's always terrible. They take it away as they give it. From the front room over there on the 20th of November. On the 13th of November, we have our next workshop, which is entitled Speaking for Spirit. That's in this hall, and that's a Sunday. It starts at 11 and finishes at 4, includes a buffet lunch, and it's an every-level workshop. From the highest risers to the newest of blossoming roses, you can get something from it. So that also includes lunch, as I said, and that's £15, and that will be in this hall here. And then, of course, on the 27th of November, we have our final mind, body, and spirit holistic fair of the year. And there is so much going on. We've got new things coming in, old favourites coming back. The table that was up here last time, selling all the food, they sold out. That will be back. Young Hannah will be doing her demonstrations and sales and commissions of her encaustic art. So if you don't win it in the raffle, you know where you can get one on the 27th of November. And there will be readings, there will be all manner of wonderful, wonderful things. I promise that the poster will be up no later than midnight tomorrow. Otherwise, Hannah said that she's going to come and slap me. So I have absolute certainty that I don't want to get a smack round the kisser from that one. So I will have it up by midnight tomorrow. So lots going on. And can you believe that I actually got through all those dates without assistance? Something must be sinking in. But so that is pretty much all of the notices. So now, my friends, the part that you've all been waiting for, I know. And it's not just because Nick sits down and shuts up. The part of the evening where we prove that life is eternal, where we witness that truth that we've been talking about. our demonstration of mediumship. So please, give her your thoughts, your love, your upliftment. Do speak clearly so she can see your mouth when you say yes, because there's no, yeah, I'm joking, yes, no, or don't know. We are allowing that. But do send your love and thoughts to Sue throughout the evening as I give you a wonderful night, I'm sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Sue Hind!
Thank you, Nick. I love your dress. It was absolutely wonderful to hear that, all the words that you said. We can all resonate with that. And also, the spirit world, they never let us down. Never, never. When they were speaking up, standing up, we've learned from this over the years. They never, never let us down. Never. Because they're always with us. You know, we've all got guides, we've all got helpers to guide us on our path, no matter what path we're on. And it's God's force, you know, the power force within that divine spark within us. We feel that pull, we feel that guidance, and that's the spirit world. You know, our loved ones, our spirit guides, guiding us on our path. And obviously earlier on in the week, it was Halloween, wasn't it? So people say that's the most powerful time of the year, but for me, I think it's any time. But because people think it's the most powerful time of the year, it's because they say that the failed dinner that time of the year. Well, maybe it's the reason why I believe this, not everyone believes it, but for me, I believe that it's because everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about ghosts, talking about death, talking about their loved ones in the spirit world, and that's why it's powerful. That's why it seems powerful for all, because all children get dressed up. So it's the fun side of it as well. So we all talk about it, talk about our loved ones, get all photos out and remember that as well. And that's why it's powerful. Also Christmas time as well, because holidays, because we all think of them. So that's why we're all here together tonight, and that's what makes it more powerful, because we're all thinking of them now, your loved ones now. And that's why we all come together in this church for this service, and that's what makes it so wonderful. And we all come together as a brotherhood, you know, come all together. We all feel, you know, that belonging to each other here, you know, that faith that we have bring together, knowing that your loved one's here, waiting for you, to be with you, just to sit with you, to be with you, that love to share with everyone in this collective consciousness of who we are. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't it? And it's amazing, and it's just amazing that the spirit world never let us down, no matter what. Even on your path, when you walk out that door, go home, carry on with your everyday living, your life, they're still with us, no matter what. They all give us signs. That's how you get the messages from them as well, in other ways. You might see a robin, or you might hear a song, or whatever it means to you. So we all have it. We all have these different signs. And I feel that's wonderful. I can feel the spirit world coming in, so I've got to get on with it. Okay. And also, just to remind you, I know Nick didn't say this, but I am partially deaf. So if I do come to you, please speak clearly, because I wear hearing aid. I hear a little bit, so I rely heavily on lip reading. All right, so I may go the area, or may come to you, or may not know. So if it's more than one hand that goes up, we'll work it out. All right, so I can feel them lining up. Okay, so I feel that I've got Dad here, and I know it's very quick with this passing. As I'm feeling with him, I know it's like a chain of events before his passing as well. So I do feel it's a misdiagnosis with this passing as well, and there was talk of an operation that never happened. That's what I'm feeling with him, and I do feel, I'm feeling quite breathless as well. And okay, I've got a letter G, so whether it's the name of George connected to him or something around him as well. Okay. That makes sense to anyone here? He passed, you know, and I feel he was in hospital when he passed as well. Yeah, you understand this? Yeah. Do you understand the breathless as well? Would you understand the name of George? Yeah. Was that his name? Okay, because I know it's a Raffle. But is that name being passed down in the family? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling here. Okay. Would you understand there was a chain of fence and there was talk of an operation that never happened and there's a misdiagnosis as well. Yeah, and some people in the family are quite angry about it as well. And I do feel with that, that resentment, the feeling of the family is still there. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, and I do feel you're part of a big family as well. There's a lot of you as well. But there's a loving family as well. And I do feel there was brothers and sisters that's there with you as well. Pardon? Yeah, okay, let's talk about brother as well. Okay, did your dad have a brother? Okay, this brother in the spirit world as well. Yeah, okay, because I feel like that's who he's with. Would there be twins in the family as well? There's a twins reference here as well. Yeah, okay, so it makes, so I feel that it's, okay, so making a twins reference. Is it somebody in your family that, whether there might be more coming? Does that make sense or not? Yeah, okay. I don't make prediction, but it's coming from spirit, okay, from your dad. But I love your dad, it's quite funny. This thing's very, very funny as well. Okay, you're showing me a memory here. I know that, and then there's a pub in Littleport, this one on the river. Does that make sense? Was that a memory of you two going there, or was it you being there, or somebody in your family just been there recently?
No, the swan.
Pardon? Oh, right, okay, maybe give me that part, the rest of the name. Okay, the swan, right, okay. Because I know that's very significant with the family, and I go there regularly as well, yeah. Okay, and he's come in, he said, oh, I love you so much. And he said, I know you love me. That's right, he's also talking about a jewellery that's been made as well. I think he's passing. Also, but he's talking about it. Yeah, with love always in the engraving. Yeah, okay, and it's beautiful, and it's blue stone ring as well, yeah, okay. So, but nobody knows that though. Is that correct? Yeah, nobody knows it, and that's why he said, oh, yeah, he said, oh, I know, he said it's beautiful. So when you get that, he said, treasure it. He said, I'm still here, even though you can't see me, but I am always with you. Okay, I'm hearing that song, Dancing with My Father. Song as well. He dancing with you, dancing with my father. Every time you hear that song, you think of me as well. And he said, I've never left you. I'm always beside you. And your sister as well. Okay, because you two need to spend more time together as well, because there's some big difficulties there. He said, let those difficulties push it aside. He said, because then it's all about making up for that time. Does that make sense? Yeah. And your son George, he's apple off his eye. He loves him. He said, I love you. He's a cheeky chap. Yeah. And has he mentioned your son? Has he seen your dad? Or has he seen him? He's had a dream?
He does,
yeah, because he's mentioning that. He said he's seen me and he's had a dream. He's seen like flickering lights as well in his bedroom. Yeah. And he said, he's not imagining it. He thought he imagined it, and he's not. Okay? And so he's quite open to the spirit world. It's right, encourage him. And it's wonderful. And he said, I'm so proud of him. You know, he said, please give him my love as well. Okay? Does he like football as well? He talked about football. And he said, Arsenal. Who supports Arsenal? Oh, thought you said, but yeah, like, no, you two, like, yeah, like, back chatting to each other when you watch football on the TV, yeah. Oh, he's funny. And so he loves it. He thinks like hearing, watching you in your conversations as well. Okay, so your son got a new football strip. Yeah, he said, oh, I love that football strip. He said it's perfect. And he'll go, he's getting better at football, you know, something to get from the football team. Yeah, he said, I've been watching on the sides with it, come on. And he said, keep going, because it's like he's got he's got the niche for the football, you know, with his feet, everything. And I said, I love him doing that, because that's his passion. He said, keep going with this passion, and go forward with that. All right, so I'm going to leave his love with you. He's giving you a big hug. God bless you. Okay. Okay, I've got a lady here. I keep hearing the name of Mary. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling here, whether her name is connected to her. And I know that it's something to do with the heart. And I feel like she went to sleep. That's what I'm feeling with her. I feel like it was quite a peaceful passing. And I feel that she was in bed at home when she passed as well. And she does feel like mum here, or grandmother, but mum's on that side of the family. And but she's feisty. I wouldn't want to mess with her. You know, but she's kind, very kind-hearted as well. Okay, does that make sense to anyone here? I don't know what, come over this side of the room. Don't be put off by the name, okay? This has got mum and grandmother in the spirit world who passed away in bed, quite peacefully at home. I feel like going upstairs. She was upstairs. Do you understand this? Was this your...
Everything was right, but she did die at home.
Pardon? Was this your mum, grandmother?
It was my mother's cousin, but we called her Grandmother Mary.
Right, okay. Did she pass away in bed upstairs? Was she at home?
She was in a hospital.
No, I'm feeling at home, so it's not for you, sorry. Okay, so I'm feeling I'm over here. So it's on the mum's side of the family, like grandmother or great-grandmother even. Okay, you understand this with the blue hair?
Well, my mum did pass on get home downstairs, but it wasn't at home.
It was, right, okay, was she living in a house? Had she been up there, they'd come down? Right, okay, so even though I do feel she passed quite peacefully, it was a peaceful passing, even though she had that long illness, if that makes sense. And I do feel, even though she had problems with the heart, but she had problems with the blood as well. Because I feel like the blood wasn't quite right. I feel she had to keep blood tests and things like that. Pardon? Oh, right, so that's to do with the blood. Was it blood cancer?
No, it was bowel cancer.
Okay. Did she have secondary cancer? No. Okay. Because I just feel like she had these illnesses quite some time, but wasn't at the beginning. So it was almost like they didn't find it at first. Right, thank you. That's why I said, so they investigated it to do with the blood at first. Yeah, okay, that's why I said, the blood wasn't quite right, thank you. That's why I felt drawn here, because it's your mum, all right. But I said, is she a grandmother as well? Yeah, okay, that's why I've got the two relationships. Okay, but she's here for you. She's absolutely lovely. She's full of life now. So I've got my energy back. Yeah, if that makes that, because before that, she don't want to be remembered how she was at the end. And so before that, so she said, I've got my energy back. She said, I'm partying. Yeah, she said, whoa. And I'm here, I'm the dancing queen now. And that's what I'm feeling with it. So I'm hearing all the ABBA songs now with your mum. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I know, does she like to sing, mess about? Yeah, because I'm hearing her singing, so she's got her voice back as well. And she's like, but she said you've heard me. Yeah, she said you've heard me as well. And it's wonderful. She's just showing me a little heart as well. Something in a little heart. And have you got a tattoo with, tattoo with the heart as well? No, but the heart's reference is important as well.
I've got something similar, a heart shape on me. That was for my mum.
Oh, right, because I feel that's for different things, like photo frame, jewellery, things like that. It's for multiple things as well. And, but what she wants to be remembered for, how happy she is because she battled on till the end, didn't she? You know, but she was quite peaceful at the end. She said, I didn't know you were there. Because I was in a, you did, yeah, you were there, as well. Yeah. And she was saying that I knew you were there. And she said, I felt, you said, you didn't think I knew you were there. I said, I did know you were there, and I felt you. And she was mumbling, so you knew that somebody was greeting her. Her parents were there greeting her as well. But she mumbled it. Throughout the day, she threw things, you know. She was in and out, and she mentioned that. Does that make sense? Yeah. And she said it was lovely. It was a beautiful transition. She said, what to say, thank you for that. And she said, dear daughter, she said, you couldn't have done enough. You know, you did everything for me. And all the caring that you did for me, it was wonderful. She said, what to say, thank you so much for being there for me. Whereas, you know, because it wasn't easy. No, it was not easy for you. She said, she wants to give you a pat on the back. Okay, she wants to give you a pat on the back. Okay, she wants to talk about you now. Okay, she wants to talk about you doing new education, learning new things. It's why doing a new course. Yeah, she said, come on, be brave, take that first step. Okay, she said, you never know. You know, take that first step as well. And then she's talking about your hair as well. Okay, something about your hair. She's talking about rainbows, so I don't know when you keep changing the colour of the hair. Yeah, okay, she's given me Somewhere Over the Rainbow song as well. Was that played at her funeral? No, okay, because I'm hearing that song. Okay, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, so I don't know if it's something that she loves or you. Okay, has it got Australian connection?
No, American.
American, she's given me Australia. Okay, there's somebody doing a family tree at the moment. Yeah, well, you're going to find out. You've got relatives in Australia. Okay, there's Australia connection there, and it's got round about the Melbourne, Sydney coast. Okay, because that's what she's showing me here now. Right, and the name David's going to be important as well. All right, and there's got things will come to light, so it'll be amazing. And she's also saying that you will go to New York. Yeah, all right, something about you go to New York because you love New York. It's your dream to go there. And she said, oh, I've got my suitcase, I'm coming with you. Okay, she said, but she wants to hug you both. I love you so much. Okay, so and I'll leave her love with you. God bless you. Okay. Oh, I've got somebody here who's very quiet. I'm trying to get him to come forward. He's very quiet, quite shy. Oh, bless him. And I do feel with him that he wasn't very much of a talker. You know, he liked the quiet life. And he liked to be behind the scenes as well. Okay. Okay, and I know he passed with cancer, and I know he used to smoke as well, because I feel like it would have been here, like lung cancer or in his chest, and then it spreaded. And I do feel he would have had this for quite some time as well. But as he comes close, I'm seeing the name James, or whether his name was James or James Connection. And I know there's a few J's in the family as well. Okay? So does that make sense to anyone here? It's for you. You understand everything? Yeah. And it must be your dad. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling here, is your dad. He's lovely, absolutely lovely. You know, he's quite quiet, and he loves the quiet life. Are you okay to take the massive? Yeah. And, because I just feel like I just want to be outside with him. That's why he loves the garden, being in his own space, you know, and doing the vegetables. Did he grow his own vegetables, like a lot, or tending the plants and things like that? Okay. Would there be a time that he would have grown his own vegetables? Yeah, because I know that would have been gone back a bit, yeah. And because he's making a reference to that as well. And because he liked his own space. So even though he liked being at home with the family, but it's almost like he liked to hide behind the newspaper. Yeah, that's him. And it's but devotion there for the family. He had so much devotion, you know, for you know, everyone in the family as well. And even though I'm sorry that I was hard work at times. Does that make sense? Yeah, he tried to get words out of me. He said, that's just how I was. And he said, but I'm making up for it now because I've talked to you now. Yeah, oh. And And, okay. So, and I feel the message for you is that get outside more. No, get outside more and do something. You having changes with the garden, or somebody around you close having changes with the part of the garden. You have a new fence put in.
New house fencing going, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it's meant. He said something about the new fence being put in as well, because it's been a long time coming. You know, because it keeps falling down or something. Yeah, he said it's a long time coming. All right. He's got a Scotty dog here with him as well. There's something about a black Scotty dog. Okay, well, it's something somewhere. Somebody else in the family has had a black Scotty dog. Scottish. I'm not very good with breeds, but it looks like a Scottish Westie, you know, kind of dog. Yeah. All right. Sometimes that happens. It can cross over with other families around close to you as well. All right. Like, you said there's a dog here. And I know there's somebody thinking about having another dog in the family as well. Yeah. Okay. So if you have a daughter? Yeah, I think it's your daughter thinking about, talking about getting a dog. Yeah, she's talking about getting a dog. Okay. All right. And he's laughing about it. So, because he knows this story as well. And because she loves dogs. Yeah. And, okay, he's talking about this watch as well. Would you understand the time around about 1 o'clock, round about then? Did it pass at 1 o'clock, or have you got his watch? Okay, because sometimes you have a belonging, or the time they pass. Would you understand about the 1 o'clock time?
Possibly, but not really.
Pardon?
Not really.
Okay, so was it the start off when he started deteriorating?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's around about lunchtime when he started deteriorating, and then he deteriorates very, very quickly after that. Yeah, okay. And so somebody couldn't get there. Couldn't get there to say goodbye.
Thomas did get there.
Yeah, okay. Oh, right, okay, yeah, because it was all happened very quickly and you didn't know when it was happening. All right, and he said it's okay. And he's just got the most beautiful rose here for you, like the golden peace rose, you know, for you. Does that make sense? Yeah, and you've got that planted. Oh, okay, well, he's just showing me that, so I know whether he might be giving that as a gift or, you know, because I know he loves roses. So, and he's got to smell it. That's beautiful. And, because he loves all, but that's one of his favourites as well, and he's giving that to you. All right. And sort of feel he might be planting more roses in the garden. You'd be planting more. All right. Okay. It's just giving me the number 62. So it's the number of a house. Okay, let me just go with that. Hang on, it's number 62. Is that Marlborough Road? It's just giving me that Marlborough Road. Would you know what address you lived at when you was younger? No? Okay, let me work that. Okay, Marlborough Road. I don't even know where that is, but I'm getting Swindon area. Have you got family who lives at Swindon? Okay, so is somebody thinking about moving? All right, well, it's just given me that, okay? Going down the southwest coast. So I think somebody might get a job offer to move. Okay. Sometimes there's no timeline here, so that might happen later. All right, so, because I'm just a messenger, you know, from your dad, okay? So, but first and foremost, he's here for you, all right? And he said, I've always got your support, okay? So he said, don't worry. He said, because there's things that happen in the next few weeks. He said, it'll be quite difficult for you. He said, I'll be here to support you, give that upliftment. Does that make sense? Yeah. He said, I'll be there to support you. He's giving me footprints in the sand, so I'm with you every step of the way. So that's important, that poem, isn't it? Yeah, he's giving me that for you. All right, so I'm going to leave it left with you. Thank you. Okay, let's see who else do we have here. What's your dad saying tonight? Yeah. Oh. Okay. I've got a husband here. I've got a husband. Oh, he's lovely. I love him. But he's like a very large in the life character. That's what I'm feeling with him. And I know he was in, it was quick with his passing, but I do feel he was ill. He was ill, but then he was ill. It was stop and starting. That's what I'm feeling with him. And then it was like turn of the fence that happened very, very quickly, and I feel he's taken into hospital. And I feel quite breathless as well in my chest. So I don't know whether he's struck, but I can't talk. So I don't know whether he would have been a obstruction in his throat or can't speak. That's what I'm feeling with him. Okay. So I'm feeling I'm in the middle. Does that make sense to you, Linda? Is this your husband, is it? Okay. So I know that's your mum. So, okay. Yeah, okay. So your husband, was he in hospital? Okay, because as I'm feeling with him, I know it's quite quick at the end, but it was like start, stop, with the end. Does that make sense? Yeah. Was there, they didn't know what it was to start with, did they? No, was it treated wrongly or something?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay, because I feel like you got, was it wrong medication at the beginning? Oh, right, something about the medication. Okay. Are you okay with this? Yeah, okay. But he's here. I absolutely love him. I love your husband because he's so full of larger than life, isn't he? And he's so much like you, actually, the character. That's what I'm feeling. like father, like son. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah. But I don't feel it's just you two. I feel there was others there. I feel you're part of you've got a big family. Yeah, it's not just you. Okay. Would you understand the name David? Is there a David connection in the family as well? And a George. I know I've got another George as well. Yeah, but that's not his name, is it? No, okay. Because I feel that's in the family, though, connected to your husband. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. And, you just hear, it's like, God, blimey. Is that how he would talk? Yeah, God, blimey. Okay. Is there a London connection in your family with him?
I think there was.
Yeah, with London connection. That's what I'm feeling with it, because I feel like what would be down there as well, going back to that time as well. And so he's remembering all the good old days as well. Yeah, all the dancing you two did together when you were younger. You know, going back to all the 50s music and all the 50s music. Does that make sense? Yeah. And because I'm hearing like Roy Orbison, the songs of Roy Orbison as well, because he just come to my mind from him. And you know that show, That'll Be the Day, that kind of thing. So I don't know whether you've been there together, that show, That'll Be the Day, the 50s show music? No, have you? Also believe, okay. Maybe just give me that as a reference then, okay, because I know you both love all that kind of 50s music as well, yeah. And he said, I'm here, my darling, as well. I don't feel he was that romantic, but he was and he wasn't, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay, because he's such a kind-hearted man, but he likes to have fun as well. Yeah, because he doesn't like take life too seriously. No. And, but he said, you were my first love, always. Yeah, you were my first love. He said, as soon as I set my eyes on you, that was it. He said, there's no eyes for anyone else. Okay, he said, I want to let you know that. That's what he's saying. He said he wants to give you this beautiful red rose as well for you, and for you. And he said, I'm so proud of you, how you're stepping up for the family as well. So you've got brothers and sisters as well. Yeah, there's lots of you as well. I would say, were you six in a family? Oh, that's why he gave me 6, right, okay, yeah, okay. That's why I mentioned the 6, because I know those. But you've got brothers and sisters here, though? Yeah, oh, right, okay, because I know there's a big family, so it's like, you know, we're all having one big party. Yeah, okay. He said, you keep doing the work you're doing. Yeah, he said, I am so proud of you because I've taught you how to be respectful as well because, okay, I've got somebody else just come in who's in uniform. Yes. Yeah, they come in. Is that George? Is that your granddad?
No, but it is a G name.
Pardon?
It is a name that begins with G.
Right, okay. So see, is that your granddad with who's in military uniform?
No, it's a friend of mine.
Right, okay. Because I just feel like that okay. Because he just come in and I just feel like it was tragic with this passing as well. When it happened, was he bombed?
No, but he did bomb himself.
Oh, well, because I just heard the explosion. Okay. Are you okay to hear from him? Okay, well, you just come in, okay? So I feel like that you need to hear from him. Because I feel, well, because this time of year, because it's coming up for remembrance, isn't it? Next week. So that's what, because I'm seeing poppies around him. So I know poppies is very, what is, yeah, yeah. I couldn't get the words out, yeah. And so that's why he's come forward, because I know you've been thinking about him, haven't you? Yeah, he said, we had the best time, we had the best laughs as well. So were you in the military as well then? No, but you knew him younger, a long time ago. Yeah, okay, so I don't know whether you thought about joining up, but you didn't.
There was complications.
So I know there's a story there.
There's definitely.
Yeah, there's a story there. But you see, I joined that because that was my blood. I felt I had to do it because it was like, I loved it. You say, I loved the life, but I do feel he had mental health problems. Yes. You know, that's what I feel with him. I feel like that he wasn't in the right place. He said, but I'm okay now. Okay? He said, but for you, he said, you don't be afraid to keep, I know you appear bubbling, but don't forget to talk. Okay, because you keep a lot to yourself. Okay? He said, don't do what I did. Yeah. Yeah, okay. He said that you've got your mum's support and your family as well, and your dad's here, and he's putting your hand on your shoulder as well, okay? And for you, my darling, right. He said, for goodness sake, get some new glasses.
Did I get some?
He said, you had new glasses?
I need some new ones.
Oh yeah, he said, for goodness sake, get some new glasses. Come in, oh bless, okay. So, he said, you have felt me at home. Okay. Yeah, you felt me at home in bed, lying beside you, you felt me that, and you look at my picture every day. Yeah, and he said, you kiss my picture. He said, and I'm watching over you and I stand with you. So, and I love you so much. Okay, I'm going to leave his love with you. Thank you, and for you as well. All right? Let's see who else we have. Okay, I've got... I've got a gentleman here. He's wearing a leather jacket. I feel oil on my hands, so I smell oil. And I know he loves motorbike, messing about with cars, motorbike. That's what I'm feeling with him here. And I do feel he was in road traffic accident. And I do feel it was... I feel like he was... I don't know whether it was a lorry there, but I don't know whether it was hit or the... It was a motorbike, but it was a lorry there as well. Okay, I can't quite work that out, but that's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm being shown. Okay, it feels like brother here to me. Okay, does that make sense to anyone here who's got brother in the spirit world who had a motorbike accident, and he had his favourite leather jacket as well, and I'm smelling oil in my hands, so I know that he wouldn't like mess about with cars and motorbikes as well. Do you understand that? No? No. Do you understand me? Okay. Was it in? Okay. Did he have a motorbike or a car? Okay. Would you understand about the lorry? But it was an accident, was it? Was it a road traffic accident? Okay. Was there a motorbike and a lorry involved, even within the car? Was it there as well? Pardon? You haven't got a clue. All right, because I'm seeing multiple vehicles. All right, like the lorry, car, and motorbike. So would that be possible? Pardon? So can you speak up, please?
I don't think it would have been in that road.
Okay, so would you understand about the oil?
Yeah, he liked his.
Yeah, so was the oil? Did it work on the oil rigs or something, or did it work on the oil rigs? No.
Just literally work on cars and.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Yeah. Okay, because I smell the oil. That's very significant. All right. And I know as I'm feeling with him, I do feel he's been gone for quite some time as well. I feel like he it's almost like he went too soon. You know, the good die young. Does that make sense? Right. Okay. Because I don't feel it was, like last few years. I feel it was a long time ago. Yeah. And I do feel with that, it awakened your spirit with mediumship. That got you on the path of spiritualism. Does that make sense? Yeah, because I feel that's what spurred you on, question the spirit world. Yeah, yeah. Even though you sort of questioned it anyway, but he spurred you on even further with it. Okay. And, okay, so we talked about the car, the motorbike. So I know that did he have a favourite jacket that he used to wear, like this leather jacket? Okay. So I know that's very significant as well. And because that's how you remember me, he said. And, okay. I've been given the letter B as well. The letter B connection, with him or with the family. Yeah? Sorry? Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I'll tell everyone, I know you, but I don't know everything about you, okay? And, but he's here tonight and say to you, because something about the car, the vehicle, I know it's something you haven't changed your car at the moment, or thinking of changing it. Oh, right. So that's why it's come forward. Because he loves vehicles, he loves cars, he's got an interest in it. And that's why he's mentioning it to you, because it's like, I'm interested in what you're looking at. Yeah. Okay, does that make sense? And, okay. You just showed me the new key. It's like, did you have this key, something about the key that he had? Is that still here? You know, with his family, I feel like that's still here. The key ring. You don't know? Did he have a son? Has he got a son? Yeah. Okay. Are you in touch with his son?
I used to be.
Oh, okay, right. Because I feel like he's still got the key ring of his dad. Okay. And, I feel like he's given out an olive branch. Okay, so I feel like he's given out an olive branch to the family. Does that make sense?
I can understand that to a degree.
Yeah, so it's almost like he's coaxing you to bring everyone back together, if that makes sense. All right, because life's too short. Yeah, okay. And so come Christmas time, I don't know whether you'd be thinking about a few of you get together, or there's been a talk of a conversation, maybe get together, with some of the family you haven't seen for a while. Yeah, and it's very much needed. And he said, be brave. He said, it'll be better than you think. It'll be easier than you think. All right, and that's why I've come forward tonight to talk to you. He said, I feel like he's come through before so many times through various mediums, and he's here to say, look, he said, enough's enough. He said, move forward with it. So I feel like there's been a division in the family as well. It's all been divided, like a split.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he says it's about time everyone gets together, because life's too short for that reason. Because it was back then, it was like, it was over something, well, because everyone's got different beliefs, haven't they? Yeah, and then he said it doesn't matter anymore because, you know, because it's time to move forward what you're doing. Does that make sense? Yeah. He's also making reference to Spain as well. I don't know whether you've been thinking about booking, going to Spain. It's something to do with a villa or an apartment. Pardon?
I used to have an apartment house.
Oh, right, okay, so just mention that. I suppose it's time for you to have a short break at some point as well. You need that time, spend quality time together. I know you're here, but it's about the quality time, if that's what you both need. All right, he said, cheers, bro. All right, that's what he said. He said, have a pint from me. Yeah, okay. And so he said, remember what I said. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to leave his special wishes with you. All right, so lots of love. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I've got a teenage boy here, and I feel like he drowned. That's what I'm feeling with him. I feel like he drowned, and it was like he got stuck and couldn't get out of it. But I don't feel it was just him. I feel there's other people were there as well. Okay, that's quite specific. Does that make sense to anyone here? It's a teenage boy that drowned. I feel like it's been gone for quite a few years. Like school age, around about 14, 15. You understand this? Yeah? Yeah. So, okay, so is it somebody you know of, or is it somebody, or is it, you know, like, is it a good feel of him? Pardon? His? Your cousin. Okay, are you okay to hear from him? Because I feel like it's been going on, it was a long time ago as well. Okay, and I feel it wasn't just him there, was there? Yeah, the fear. Yeah, and something went wrong, they got stuck, and they couldn't get out of the water. Does that make sense? Yeah. And is this the first time it's been through to you? Yes. Yeah, I feel like it's not been through before. Yeah, so and he just wanted to come in and say, hello, I'm here. And he said, you've been waiting so long for this, haven't you? Yes. Yeah, you've been wondering, you know, what's happened, where I am. He said, I'm fine. And he said, it was very quick with my passing. He said, I didn't stuff it, it was very quick. And he wants you to know that, because his other members of the family are still struggling with it. Yes. Yeah, still struggling, yeah. And did he pass near his birthday or someone else's birthday? You wouldn't know, okay, because it's been gone a long time, isn't he? And so, oh no, because this time of the year is very significant as well with the family, all right? And he said, I love how I'm being remembered as well. You know, is his mum still here? No, okay. Okay, could you show me much? I can't see her, so he's just letting you know I have seen mum, you know, in the spirit world, okay? Yeah, okay. And if there's why it's coming forward for you tonight, okay, because I feel it's important, because I feel just what to say, that I'm okay. And something about he was very talented at drawing and stuff when he was a boy. He was quite creative.
He was creative, yes.
Yeah, he was very, very creative as well. And I feel what I want to say to you is get your creative side out as well, because it's come on, get on with it. You know, do all this crafty stuff, you know, the drawing, the paint. Does that make sense? No? Okay, because I feel all this art, creative stuff for you, because you've got that talent. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Something to do with flowers, things like that? Pardon? No? Okay, that's fine. As if it could be somebody close to you in the family, okay, who's got that talent. Does that make more sense? Right, okay, that makes more sense. Because I know they've got the gift, they've got the flair for it, you know, to do more with it. Yeah, so it's about, come on, let's go for it. Yeah, so it's like giving that push. All right, so it's like passing the message on. Yeah, all right. And would you understand the name of Sharon? No, or Shadley or Sharon or something like that. Short, Shadley is shortened for Sharon. No. No, okay, it'll come to you, because sometimes we forget or don't remember. All right then. So I'm going to finish off now, leave that with you, and say, he said, oh, he wants to say thank you for talking to me, you know, because he said that I've been waiting to talk to someone in the family, you know, for so long. All right, so, yeah, so thank you. All right. So I think I've finished now. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sue Hind!
Well done.
Wow, well, what a night of evidence and upliftment, and the absolute energy that you bang into that is amazing, so thank you so much. And let's be honest, there ain't many mediums that could handle Mr. G. And the fact is, I'm not surprised Dad followed him, because he's probably tapping him up for a reference, let's be honest. So thank you so much, and wonderful, really, really wonderful. What a night, my friends. The lovely Sue Hind. Wow, that was a turn up. I really wasn't expecting that. Wonderful, wonderful, thank you. And there was a few nudges and nods and pokes at Mother there, I'm sure. Some amusing ones as well. There was one thing that I was going to... because whenever I have a message, I like... yes, of course. Whenever I have a message, I like to share it with the congregation, a bit of the backup. But actually, this adds a date that I did forget to include. And I need to check my dates, actually, because I've suddenly realised. Remembrance Day. It's next. Thank the Lord for that. Because I've got 2 busy Sundays coming up then, rather than just one where I'm not going to get around everywhere. Because we are actually laying a wreath in Littleport at the memorial for Remembrance Day on behalf of the church, me and Hannah. And Dad was very much about Remembrance Day. He got to see me lay a wreath on behalf of the church the last year before he passed, because we'd been fighting to get the opportunity to do it for a long time, and we finally got hold of the right person, you see. But Dad was in the police force, and his crowning glory was his last year before he retired. He laid a wreath on behalf of Cambridgeshire Police as a group at the Cenotaph in London. And that was the thing that he really, really wanted to do. So absolutely spot on, and thank you for reminding me. I missed a notice that we will be laying a wreath on behalf of the church on Remembrance Day. So if anybody wishes to come along and cheer me and the young lady on, and I have it on good authority that Mum's going to be helping too. So we're going to be down there representing you, so do come along and, support what is a really important day both to me and my dad. I did forget a date after all. Surprise, surprise. So friends, thank you all. We're going to be having our closing prayer, Bully's special prize corner in a moment. but I know that tradition is important in this church, and I would get in big trouble if I didn't show everyone at home Bully's special prize, which is encaustic art made by Hannah. And so whoever picks the final ticket tonight will win this, another one of Hannah's special pieces. How many this week? 12 colours this week. There we go, let me get the angle right, hang on, that way. I need to flip the screen, there we go. Stand still, you. So there we go, you can print, screen and capture if you want a copy. And I've set a challenge down for Hannah next week. Yeah. I'm making it public so you don't get out of it, you know. She's going to do one with just 3 colours. Because you should see the progression of the build-up of this. And there's some amazing stuff hidden under here as well. So next week she's going to go all Metallica, I hear, but 3 colours. Yes. And so yes, if you want to win one of Bully's special prizes, you need to be here on a Thursday night. So come on, join us. But for now, friends, let's join together and close this service in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite in this sanctuary of joy, of courage and friendship that is made up not of bricks and mortar, but of hearts and minds and souls. As we go out into the world, let us take with us to share with the world that message of hope, of upliftment, of love and laughter and friendship and eternity. Eternity that we go on forever. An eternity where we can continue our friendships, our relationships and our love from now until the end of time. And as we remember in times of difficulty and in times of struggle, we ask you not to move the mountain, just give us the strength to climb. So until we meet again, in your name, amen. Well, thank you once again. One gentle reminder, next week it is Robert Carter. He will be here on Thursday night. I'm sure you will all look forward to joining again to bring the love and the laughter into this wonderful village hall. But so from now, from all of us here, one big final thank you. Sue Hind! And to all of you at home, thank you for watching. I hope we got the technology right this week. I know we didn't get any bad comments, so that's a good start. So thank you all at home for joining us. So from everyone here in Littleport Village Hall to everyone who's getting ready to switch BBC iPlayer on, good night and God bless you all. Banner, brand, play some music.